Jerry here. Hi, everyone. I'm going to give you a new podcast today. And today I'm going to talk about some hints and some tips if you're going to be on the Paul Gauguin. I've been on board 16 times on this ship, so I know a lot of the tips and the hints. And I'm going to give you some of the biggies here, okay? First thing, official boarding time is 3 p.m., unless if it's called for differently, but it's usually 3 p.m. And the ship sails away at 6:30. So it's a little tight schedule there. It's a little hard to get on board and get unpacked and then think you're going to run over to the bank or the marche, because they also have the boat drill that everyone needs to be there for. And if you're not there for the boat drill, they're going to make you do it the following day, which may interrupt some of the things you want to do. So you want to make sure once you get on board the ship, stay on the ship. Okay, and then she'll sail away at 6:30. A lot of people ask, can I drop my bags off early? The answer is no. Occasionally there may be some people there that can take your bags like at 2:45, maybe 2:30 at the earliest, but don't count on it. So thinking you're going to drop it off at 12 noon and then go shopping is not going to happen. So remember, officially the boarding time is at 3 o'clock. Now, if you're a diver and things like that, you're going to want to make sure you're towards the front of that line, which means you want to be there no later than 2:30, even though you're going to be sitting there before they start letting people in and so forth, maybe even a little bit earlier. But the fact is, if you're a diver and you're going to sign up for dives when you get on there, make sure you're towards the front of the line. Make sure you bring your logs, because they are going to check your logs. Okay. And let's talk about the next thing here. Let's see. The first thing you're going to want to do once you get through giving your credit card and getting your card and everything else, they're going to take you up to your room. The very first thing, if you're a diver again, is run down to that diving desk and get you signed up for your dives. It is first come, first serve. So make sure that's one of the first things you're going to do after you get on the ship. Number two, if you're going to be a snorkeler, you need fins. I usually bring my own mask and snorkel, but I get the fins from the ship. You want to run down to the marina and get sized up. They'll give you a set of fins and you'll keep those for the duration of your cruise. Next thing is you're going to want to run up to the wherever, usually it's in the veranda where they're doing, they have some hors d'oeuvres out there, some food, some finger food, whatever, and talk to the manager there, the person it's in charge of the dining room right then. And that person can take your names and your reservations for the specialty restaurants. Again, typically on a 7-day cruise, you can sign up once for each one of the specialty restaurants. If you're on a 10 or 11 day, they'll allow you to do a couple of them, usually at the beginning and then the second half, because the second half of the cruise will be a different menu in the specialty restaurants. Okay, so you got those things down. Next thing would be the electrical outlets on the ship. Not a lot on the Paul Gauguin. There's one in the bathroom for razors, and there's another one over by the desk, and there's one over by the side where the TV refrigerator is. You're probably going to want to bring a little splitter, a little 3-way or something like that, so you can keep your things charged up and so forth. And I'm talking about 110 outlets. There are some 220s too. So if you got a 220 adapter that goes to 110, bring it. Or if you got a 3-way splitter for 110, bring it. You get the idea. Okay. Special diets. Special diets, they will try to accommodate the best they can if you have a special diets, but you have to let them know the day before. And the way that's done is you will talk to the dining room manager. They will give you the menu for the following day, for the following dinner. It's only done at dinner time. And you will pick the items you want. And then that's that. That's what you'll get served for dinner the following day. And then, of course, that night, they'll give you another set of menus. That'll be for the next day. But they'll try to accommodate your special diet needs as well as you can. Alcohol. I have never been disappointed with the type of alcohol they serve for free, that's included within the Paul Gauguin, because everything's inclusive. Remember that. They've even been known to pour, let's say, Grey Goose. I'm not going to tell you they will have it there to pour for free for you when you're on there, but I have seen them do that. But there usually is an adequate amount of liquor that's on the freebie list. And if you need to have that malt liquor that's, an expensive 12-year-old bottle of scotch, you're going to pay for it. But most of the stuff is good on the ship. There's a good array and a good general average things that you would see like at Costco and things like that. Wine is usually from Chile, New Zealand, sometimes a little bit from America and a lot from France. That's the big four right there. They usually will have a red and a white. That's the house wines that they'll pour for you. If that doesn't meet your palate, ask them, can I have something a little drier, maybe a little sweeter? They will go dig another bottle up. Usually there is no charge for that. Just tell them and they'll try to accommodate that. Okay. What else here? Best time to use the Wi-Fi. Well, think about where everyone else is. If they're out doing excursions, there's not a lot of use on the Wi-Fi. If they're all getting ready for dinner or they're at dinner, no one's on the Wi-Fi. If you get up early in the morning, like I do at 5 o'clock, no one's on the Wi-Fi. When you get into the meat of the day, of course, the bandwidth gets a little tricky there, even though it does a very good job for a ship. They're using, Elon Musk's satellite system, and it works very well. But just know there always is a push on the bandwidth when more people are trying to use it. So try to find times where it's not as busy. The other thing, too, is you're going back and forth, let's say sending pictures, putting them up on social media, or you're sending an email to a friend. Downsize your pictures to maybe 100 kilobytes, which are still very adequately sized for internet and things like that. The smaller the file, the easier and the quicker your internet's going to run on the ship and so forth. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have, the secret balcony. A lot of people don't know this, but on deck 8 forward. So you go up to deck 8. That's where all the expensive rooms are and everything else. There's one single corridor. Go all the way down that corridor until you come to a door right in the middle at the end of the corridor. It doesn't go into a room. It actually is a door, an inner door that goes into another door that goes to the secret balcony. And that way, like when you're coming into, let's say, Rangiroa, and it's going through the reef and you're wanting to see the dolphins and you're wanting to see the whole stretch of the reef and everything else going through that opening, you can see it wonderfully from that secret balcony. Comes in really handy if it's a little rainy or something like that and you want to see these things. Go up to deck 8, go all the way forward, look for that center door on the hallway. It'll say exit or something like that. There's 2 doors there. Go through the second door as well, and you'll come to a beautiful shaded balcony. Okay. Let's see. Am I missing anything here? Oh, yes. Tables. When you're in the dining room, and I believe me, I've done every size table for 2, 4, 6, 8. The perfect size for me, and I like a lot of conversation, is a table for 6. If you get a table for 8, it gets a little loud in the dining room and you really can't hear somebody that's across the table. So if you're going to have, let's say, a couple other parties join you, try to keep it down to 6 people. Around a table for 6, you can hear everyone. They can hear you. Arataki mai